detailing the one you got. We'll start with the pros. It's a conversation starter, which is cool, I guess. If that's something you're into, talking to strangers about your car at random places. Obviously, this car's fun to drive. It's fun on turns. You can floor the shit out of this car because it's not fast. And just, you know, have an overall good time. This car has some pretty wide tires, so it doesn't really kick out. I mean, I haven't been able to kick it out, but I also haven't been, like, trying to kick it out because, well, it's not my car, and I shouldn't be trying to drift my friend's car. That's kind of a dick move. But I have driven it on, you know, a little mountain road up on the Mulholland, and there was one turn I gave it a, you know, the gas, and it didn't kick out. This thing stayed. It does have the GTS swap, so even with that, it still didn't kick out. But I think it's just because it has like fucking 8-inch tires on the front and back, so I'm sure that contributed quite a bit. Now, practicality wise, it's got a lot of space, and as you can see, there's some random shit back there. And if you don't have the seats like this one, or I'm sure if you put them down, I mean, you can store a lot of shit. We've packed this whole thing up for events, and it's just no problem. You got a bunch of headspace. I'm 6 foot, and I have no problem right here. Some cars has a problem. This one's not. Gas mileage is banging. If I remember correctly, it's like 26 to 30, and that's going to depend how you drive it, but either way, for a fucking sports car, that's awesome. And, you know, I actually care about that stuff, unfortunately, because gas is $4.50 a gallon here in California right now, so that's fun. I've seen kids almost get into accidents and traffic on the freeway just being so pumped to see this car. And it is white, so I'm sure that gives an added bonus of excitement, even though it's not the Panda, but still, people get really stoked. I've had kids drive by my car like, just like fist pumping at me, how stoked they were to be driving next to an 86. You know, pop-up headlights obviously are a big plus. They're fucking cool. Those are all great, you know, pluses. Oh yeah, and you're driving an iconic car, which is really fun, and you get to see what all the hype's about, even though it is super old. But it's an 86 Corolla. It's every, you know, JDM car fan's dream to drive one, or to own one, you know. And now we're gonna move on to cons, because there's plenty of those too. It's an old car, and it's gonna need things replaced on it. That's inevitable. Either that has to do with suspension, like this car. The suspension in the rear is so bouncy. I've got on the freeway and there was a dip, and I bounced out of my seat. I was airborne in my seat because of how bad it was back there. But I guess that's common car problems with anything. So it can, you know, but you're gonna have your problems. I mean, this thing has cracked dash. It has, you know, the door cards barely hang on. And finding parts for this car isn't easy. Getting harder and harder every day. It's also not cheap to find to buy these parts because they're so rare, and the more people want this car, the demand for it goes up. If you're gonna buy one of these, I would not park it outside. I wouldn't park it outside at all, because there's a good chance it's gonna get stolen, and that's just not fun. So keep it inside a garage, put a wheel lock on it, put every measure of theft deterrent that you can, because like I said, it's a risk, and that's just part of owning any old JDM car. When it comes to daily driving my friend's 86, another problem is, well, I gotta be careful with it. It's not mine, and I should be full sending my buddy's 86. I mean, I'm super grateful he lets me drive this. What a car to be daily driving. So that means no drifting it, just generally taking it easy with the thing, because it's not mine. But if it's yours, go do whatever you want. I mean, you're going to be drifting it just fine if that's what you want to do. But just be careful, because these things are precious, man. But we're fucking it up. And I think on that note, I've covered just about everything for the most part. Super fun car. You can still find a shitty one for less than 10 grand, especially if you get lucky. I mean, they're cute, fun little cars with great gas mileage. I mean, if you can get your hands on one, get your hands on one. Why not? But just be careful with them, and know that it's an old car and it's going to have problems, and you're going to need to replace things, and it's probably going to need paint, and it's probably going to need a lot of restoration work in general, unless you want to pay the 20 to 30K for one. So either way, thanks for watching. Have a great day. I love you. Goodbye.